What's up, good people? It's your boy DJ the Park Boy. We in the building. Welcome to a new episode of the L.I.M.E show. What episode is this? I believe this is like episode 14 or something. You know, the episodes start zooming as you start doing them, and I can't complain about that because I love talking to you guys. I love the feedback. I love all the support. I love everything you guys help bring to the show. For the ones who support, I appreciate it. Uh, So for today's monologue, I'm gonna talk about having to be the responsible. 'Cause sometimes it sucks when you have the load of responsibility placed on you, and that's me. In situations I don't ask for, in many times they just end up in my lap. 'Cause they're like, "Oh, we know you can do it," and those are some of the worst things I hate hearing. Knowing that always you can do it when there's no benefit on the other side for me other than helping others. And I don't mind helping others, but sometimes it's just like, man, am I the only person some people know to go to for, life? Because that's what it seems like sometimes. I even had, sometimes I had people come out of nowhere. Like, people I ain't speak to in a long time. But, I'm a family oriented person. So if you're family and you say you need a little help, I try to help out. Doesn't always goes as planned. Doesn't always goes as planned because usually if you're already in a situation where you need to borrow some money or something, you're probably not making the best financial decisions. If you have a job and you're like that, sometimes you're not making the best financial decisions or making the best of your money. I know it's hard sometimes, especially when you're not making a lot of money, but I know some people who just blow it. They'll blow it. As soon as it touch their pocket, they'll blow it, and it takes a little will sometimes to say, "Nah, let me tuck this for a rainy day." It takes a lot, at least for certain people. I'm a need to make sure I keep something for a rainy day type of guy because I know when it rains, it pours, and you don't always want to get caught in that. Actually, you don't want to get caught in that at all. That's a bad position to be in. It puts you in a different mind frame, and that mind frame ain't that survivor's mind frame ain't where's that. That's not how you live life. That's not how you should want to live life. And I learned that early on. That's why I put in a lot of work to get to where I'm at now. It ain't like it's been an overnight thing. It's been years of knowing what I want, or better yet, knowing things I don't want to deal with. So working to keep me out of positions of doing things I don't want to do. Felt like that's been the key. That's been big for me, at least in my eyes. Things that's helped me figuring out the things I don't want to deal with and finding ways to make sure I don't have to deal with those things. It's a beautiful place to put yourself in. It's good to be self-sufficient when you can. And when you aren't self-sufficient, it's better to make sure that you want to try to get to a place of self-sufficiency. If you can. Not everybody can, of course. Not everybody can. Some people just don't try. Some people will not try at all. But I'm not going to stick on that all day. I'm just coming in here saying what up to my people. But it's time to get into some of these stories. I have one right here that seems like we're always running into one of these stories once a week. That's like, But comedian, actor, Anthony Johnson. He played in Friday. He was Ezel. He played in I Got the Hookup. He's played in Players Club. He's been in a lot of black classic films, but he's passed away. The news came out yesterday, actually. Getting around to it today because it's time for the show. But yeah, it sucks. So I'm gonna get into this article from CNN. Says Anthony A.J. Johnson, an actor and comedian best known from his performance as Ezell in Friday, has died. His representative, Lania Bell, told CNN Monday he was 55. It RP. Like, if you didn't see Friday, I don't know where you've been in life. I believe it's a staple in the black community. I don't know too many black people who don't even list Friday as one of their favorite movies. I feel like that's one of the consensus movies when you come to favorite movies in the black community. His role he played on there as Ezell was amazing. He played the role of Ezell perfectly. And then him being inside like Players Club, like towards the end, the speech he helps gives, like the small jokes, he helped make so many things funny and he helped make things work. I don't know if he's ever going to get the appreciation truly. I can't say it. I don't know if he'll ever get it because we got to see towards the latter part of his career. It wasn't like he was having those more enormous roles or bigger roles that he had early on. And I remember one time I saw an interview he did with Vlad where he talked about he played, if I'm not mistaken, Eazy-E in the Dr. Dre disc. Or was it he played Dr. Dre in the Eazy-E Real Motherfucking G's disc? And then, yeah, because Suge, I think he said Suge put up on him and told him don't do that. And he was portraying the opposite side for the video, giving it the comedic relief. But it's sad to see this and hear this. Apparently, his family found him about a month ago. He was unconscious. And we just got the news. It just got out. But RP to Anthony A.J. Johnson. Definitely got to go through some of them classic movies right there. I got The Hookup, funny, the original. I haven't seen the second one yet. I still haven't seen the second one yet. I think I need to get to that. One of these days I will. But we're going to get into some of the bullshit now. Because this story was like, wow.
It's a direction far less traveled, but for many of these Haitian migrants, crossing back over the Rio Grande into Mexico is the best method to avoid an unsavory deportation from the United States.
So, I hate when that happens sometimes. I ain't even get to give you some context. So in America, they decided they're going to kick out all the Haitian immigrants who've been coming over of recent. You have a huge portion of them down in Delray, Texas. I believe that's the place. Or Del Rio, Texas. There's a makeshift refugee camp that's underneath a bridge. At the same time that we decided to kick out these migrants, we also decided to bring in more migrants, which makes no sense to me. I understand Afghanistan has been given back to the Taliban, but this is the problem with trying to be the world's police. You can't fix all situations by keep bringing people over here and trying to rectify the mistakes you made. You spent money, waste money, and the Haitians have just been getting the short end of the stick. It's sad that these are the continuous problems that get left on the Haitians and that community and that country. It's so much unrest right there right now. The earthquake did not make anything better. So we're going to finish getting into this.
Following the earthquake in Haiti last month, Washington for a brief while chose to temporarily suspend deportations to the Caribbean nation. But in recent days, the Biden administration has begun sending flights full of people back to Port-au-Prince.
Only Haitians living in the United States before July 29th are eligible for temporary protected status. We have reiterated that our borders are not open.
How would you know whether they got hit before or after then? Like, is it just people coming in from that border crossing that you're catching them now? Because how would you determine whether they were in before that time frame or they came after that time frame? I just don't get that.
And people should not make the dangerous journey. individuals and families are subject to border restrictions, including expulsion.
Thousands of Haitians have meanwhile found themselves stranded under a bridge in Del Rio, Texas, blocked from moving on.
La situación es muy malo, como peligroso, muy malo. No hay cama, no hay nada, muy malo, no hay comida. Solamente un agua con un poquito de pan.
Todo lo que teníamos para hacer este viaje. Y allá va a ser peor para nosotros porque ya no tenemos ahorros, no tenemos recursos para vivir allá.
US authorities are also investigating allegations of abuse at the camp by Border Patrol officers on horseback. Recent video footage appears to show riders swinging their long reins to threaten migrants and push them back to war.
So, yeah, I saw some of the videos. Those videos just look crazy. I understand you're trying to get the situation under control, but the optics of the way that you do certain things either help your case or they hurt your case. And in this answer, I really believe Border Patrol looks really bad in these videos. Really bad. Somebody's going to have to account for what took place here. But, you know, in America, when you're in a position of power, not everybody has to account for anything. You can sweep certain things you want under the rug when you decide you want to do it. That's America, you know what I'm saying? It just sucks. Prayers up to Haiti. Prayers up to the Haitians. I don't know what the solution is for the immigration problem, but they said at the border they've been breaking records with the amount of people they've been stopping. Not saying all the way build the wall, but you know, we need not always a physical wall, physical barrier. We need some type of like help wall to which those people who need to come through tremendous dangers to try to get here don't. We need to build bridges back to stable economies for other places. Because, man, yeah, I don't know what the solution is going to be. We're just going to keep running into this issue. It's like running your head into a wall. But back on to other news. If you've been keeping up with Versus, then you know there's been a lot of people waiting to get their turn. There's been a lot of people who feel like they're not getting their just due. And I may kind of be helping with that. You know what I'm saying? Because over the weekend you had, well, not over the weekend, but when you had Fat Joe and Ja Rule go ahead, go do their verses, to which I believe Ja Rule won that. I believe Fat Joe should have played a better list of songs. Fat Joe has so many records. I just thought he should have put the records together a little better. If he did that, he definitely wins. But while that happened, Jermaine Dupri went ahead and called out Diddy. And Diddy told him that his arms are too short to box with God. And it looks like we're headed towards that verses. And personally, I may be biased because I believe Diddy's in my top 4 hip-hop producers of all time. I don't have Jermaine Dupri in my top 4. He's in tier 2. He has so many records. But when it comes time to see who bigger records did more or is going to have more impact on the stage, I would go with Diddy. But Jermaine Dupri has something to say about that. And we're going to get into this here. So he was doing an interview.
Jay-Z and Missy Elliott.
Come on. And
when it comes to songwriting, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. I am in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. So I shouldn't have to play nothing. You guys, y'all should have to hear his music. I shouldn't have to play nothing. I am in a seat that Puff Daddy can't pay for.
Hello?
You have to write songs. Fame is my College Park brother, Dallas Austin.
Amen.
Right? So it's only 4 of us. Me, Dallas Austin, Jay-Z, and Missy Elliott.
All right, yeah, so the clip kind of started playing, and Bring it on back, let it finish playing through. But he's saying there's only 4 people from hip hop that's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Diddy ain't one of them. But we're not talking about songwriting. We're talking about producing records. And shout out to JD. He got us Confessions. That is one of the greatest albums ever. Ever. Head to head, do I know any album that Diddy's produced that I would say is better than Confessions? Nah, not in totality. But overall hits, you got Biggie. You got everything that was under Bad Boy. That's a lot of hits and cultural records. And Diddy even told him, like, if we're going to go back to the throwbacks, who's going back to Lil Bow Wow? Nobody. Who's going back to Criss Cross? Nobody. I mean, who's going back to a lot of your bigger songs that we know you're going to go to? But are they going to hit when they got to go up against these? Are the Kid Bops going to really compete with these? I think that's what Diddy was getting at with that. And I agree with it. I got Diddy on another level when it comes to hip-hop production. He has to go against, in my opinion, a Dre, a Pharrell, or a Kanye. Those are my top 4 producers. If you're not going up against them, I don't know who he should battle then. I mean, I'm not going to disrespect Jermaine Dupri. Of course, he deserves the battle, and he's going to get a lot of. He's going to win some rounds. Just think, Diddy has Biggie. Big is in a rarefied air that you can go to a lot of records that's going to work. A lot of them are going to work. At least in my opinion. As my opinion, have the weight of the whole truth and nothing but the truth. In my mind, it does. Because when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I could have been right. And even then, I'm right. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I feel about it. I much respect to Diddy. Much respect to Jermaine Dupri. Like you said, I'm one of a few who's hit this plateau. One of a few. They don't even mention certain people there. But we're going to get into some more of the BS. So over the weekend, Joyner Lucas got the party started on dragging Karen Silver through the mud. For you who don't know who Joyner Lucas is, he's a rapper who's had an amazing come-up story, in my opinion, because he grinded for a long time to get to where he is. He grinded. And then you have Karen Silver, who she has a really huge name when it comes to promotions, marketing, and things like that. But apparently she's been taking money from people. And that's a no-no. You can't do that. You can't do that. Not only did she do that, apparently she paid a hacker to take down Jason Lee's videos. She then tried to extort somebody. She had problems with Cameron because she stole one of Cameron's man money. She just got bad business beside her name. Not only that, Nipsey family came out, or people who were involved in Nipsey Hussle's career came out and said they don't mess with Karen. She tried to take credit for the work they did. She tried to make it seem like she was the only reason he got to the place he was. So I can see why they're offended. I can see why the other people have their beefs. We're going to go ahead and get into the story right here.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Now, if you don't know who Karen Civil is, Karen Civil's been on the Breakfast Club a couple of times. She's from New Jersey. She's a digital marketing entrepreneur, author. She handles all that. She started off as an intern at Hot 97. She worked for Dipset, Lil Wayne, Beats by Dre, Hillary Clinton, and more. She was actually the one that ran that campaign when Lil Wayne was locked up, where you could actually write Lil Wayne and he was writing you guys back. Yeah, she was the one that did that campaign.
Hey, Karen Civil gets busy.
Mm-hmm. So over the weekend, this is how it all started. Comedian Jessie Woo, she's been on Wild 'N Out. She's been on Love and Hip Hop. I guess her.
So time out. You get credit for if your artist gets arrested, you just tell fans to write them. I just thought that was like normal shit to do. not knocking nobody hustle or anything, but I just figured that was normal shit to do. When most artists go to jail, they put out that PO box number. They put out their mailing address for you to go ahead and write another PO box. They give you a mailing address so you can write them at the prison. Meek's done those things. They're doing it for Young Boy. I don't know if she's involved with that, but I didn't know that was like a whole marketing campaign. Hey, if you're arrested, let's get the fans to write you. People in prison be killing for people to write them. I mean, maybe it's a small thing. You know what I'm saying? Small things, but small things work. I just didn't know that would be considered like a marketing campaign. But go ahead.
Karen Civil had a lawsuit, a $3 million lawsuit where Karen Civil lost and Jessie Wu won, and she talked about the things that Karen Civil allegedly did to her. Well, that opened up the floodgates because Joyner Lucas talked about Karen Civil scamming him. Let's play it.
This is around the time Nipsey did his $100 mixtape. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, Karen's the way to go. At the time, I was up. I had an investor. He done already kicked up so much money, and the only thing that I had left was a little bit of bread that we had left, in which we chose to hire you. That was 2015. You keep saying it was 7 years ago, but that was a big time in my life. My son was about to be just born. My back was against the wall, and at this time, hiring you was like our last-ditch effort to really do something. And I really believed in the name Karen Civil.
Now, this was on Clubhouse. So they were both speaking on Clubhouse. Joyner Lucas posted many a post about how Karen Civil took $60,000 from him. And, you know, at the time, his child was just born. He didn't have the money. This was a last-ditch effort.
I don't know. I've never been on Treehouse, and I'm proud of that.
Clubhouse.
I've never been over there because every time I ask who all over there, it's a bunch of people I don't think I want to be in the same room with.
Well, you were mentioned on Clubhouse. Let's play that part.
I saw you write your thing. I said, damn, this nigga still upset by this. So I hit Charlamagne. I said, I want to get this man on the phone. Because the last time we had some shit, the shit was on Twitter. We never communicated. Charlamagne told me what you felt. I said, forget it then. He still has an attitude and he's upset and he wants to do social. And you did social. That's what it was. So how exactly was I supposed to reach out? I literally kept everything. I was so proactive with doing your business. There's some that are hits and misses. It takes longer than other times.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Karen, the homie, you know, I never did business with her, so I can't speak how she does business, but knowing her for years, and I like peace. I want everyone to get to a place of healing. So if she asked me to reach out to someone, I got no problem doing that. And Joyner, my man, too. So, you know, that's why, you know, I hit Joyner like, yo, Karen wants to holler at you.
Well, this opened up.
Joyner said if she ain't calling me to pay me my money back, I don't know what you want to talk about, but feel free, you know, to have her call. So that's all that was.
Okay, well, let's open up the floodgates over the weekend. And Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, he talked.
I'm gonna stop at this to chime in. I totally feel Joyner. Like, she took my money when I didn't have it in that moment. I had an investor give me money to shoot a shot, and we wasted the money with you. You took the money and didn't contact me. I would be pissed too. Like, you probably, I don't know how many people you done that to, but you did it to one of Cameron's mans too. Like, that's bad that you were out here stealing from artists. That is bad. These are the stories that people don't hear when you be like, man, what happened to them? Or why didn't they make it? These are the stories that people don't tell. You out here doing bad business. Bad business. That ain't cool. It ain't cool at all.
About his run-ins with Karen Civil.
A couple years ago, Hollywood Unlocked's Instagram, when we reached 1.2 million followers, got taken down, and I didn't know what was happening. I was in Atlanta on stage at Wild 'N Out, and somebody reached out to me from Miami and said, my brother is a 17-year-old hacker from Orlando. He was paid $20,000, promised $40,000 by Karen Civil to hack your page because we had written a story how she had stole $17,000 from James from Love and Hip Hop in New York. He had put her on blast. We wrote the story. We refused to take it down, and she basically paid a kid to hack us. She promised him a rap career. She didn't pay the back end, so he outed her.
What?
You would do that, Envy.
So?
You would do that.
So?
You would do that.
So?
You would do that. You would definitely.
So I feel like, in this case, Charlamagne's kind of, you know, like in the mood. because she's looking bad in this instance. And also in this instance, she admitted to doing it. She admitted to doing this. I mean, he's trying to make a joke of this, I guess, because, you know, he's cool with Karen Silver. Again, much love to Charlamagne. But, yeah, you can't defend that behavior at all.
Felt like somebody was writing a false story on me. You goddamn right.
But in this case, it looks like they weren't writing a false story. They were just reporting the news. She got offended that the news was getting out, and she did this. It sucks. Don't do it. Don't do things and then be mad when it gets out to people. You're a public figure. Don't do wrong and get mad when it gets out to the public. I just felt like she reacted crazy on that
one. What? I wouldn't hire no hacker. I'll just call the people and say, hey, take that time.
I don't know. Hey, you want to write a story about me?
And Charlamagne would say, we're going to send them cease and desist letters to you. He ain't paying no hacker. You're going to get them lawyers on your ass. Because he say he got his bag right, so that legal game right.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Oh, man.
Well,
oh, Lord have mercy.
Karen Civil got on Clubhouse, and she talked about that incident.
Yeah, I hit this and nobody promised him $20,000. Nobody promised him a rap career or nothing like that. He decided to double back and tell you some stuff. Jason called me about it. I admitted it to Jason, and I apologized. It got back to Jason. Jason called me upset, flipping, like, why the would you do this? This is how I eat. I can own my bullshit for that.
I mean, I respect the honesty, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't have admitted that.
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, I wouldn't have admitted it.
I respect the honesty, though.
Yeah, but she did admit that, and yes.
Yeah, every right. She definitely should not have admitted that at all. You incriminated yourself.
Well, allegedly, well, we ain't gonna say allegedly. They're saying Karen Civil paid a blogger to take his site down, which I think it happened, and he did get it back up. And then Jason Lee said this about Karen Civil.
Now, I'm not mad at her hustle, but what I'm mad at is that the industry, the Breakfast Club, all these people have given her a platform, used their platform, let her finesse them in order to give her culture clout so she can go and rob the culture blind.
Jason, why are you name dropping us specifically?
Because you her homie and you defending her behavior like you've been doing in this video. That's why you got added into here. We gotta stop protecting people we like when they doing fuckboy shit.
Okay.
Or just stop ridiculing people for any of the fuckboy shit they do. Or any of the fuckery in general. Either be all the way with it or don't do it at all.
Couple others, name a bunch of others. They just cut those out.
All right, okay. I mean, because when a person has a personal problem with a person, you know, they don't want anyone messing with that person. I understand. I mean, we've had Jason Lee up here, and people have said, "Why are you giving him a platform?"
That's true.
So that doesn't mean anything. Jason will probably be here this week. I think he's in New York.
But we had a couple people up here that people don't necessarily like. But
there's nobody likes all across the board. Not one person. Nobody. Zero. Zilch. Nada.
Yeah. Now it goes a little more. Now Meek Mill.
Oh my God.
He posted.
How deep does this mess go?
Yo, it's crazy. Meek Mill posted, Karen was my friend and turned on me for opportunity. Started having the blogs posted negative-ish about me on some conspiracy-ish. LOL, I forgive her, but I definitely don't want to deal with y'all industry people that move like that.
I feel like I've heard all these stories before except for the Jason Lee one, though. I feel like Joyner has expressed that before. I feel like Meek has expressed that before.
Cameron.
Definitely
Cameron. Well, she responded to Meek Mill. She just says, you know damn well I ain't have no site play you. I literally just supported your album and shown you nothing but cordialness and respect the last few years when we see each other.
Bro.
Saturday on these Clubhouse chat rooms defending you and didn't take part of these Twitter key moments. Like, come on with the BS narrative. So that's it in a nutshell. I explained what I could because I really didn't know. I was really enjoying myself this weekend, and I just started seeing all the spicy stuff.
All I feel very low vibrational energy. This is what I call low vibrational nigga. Okay.
But she's your homie and you defending it. But you're saying this low vibration nigga shit. She out here stealing from people who probably don't have it. 60 grand is a lot of money to have it once. And some people would never have 60 grand at once ever. So yes, that's really low vibration shit for her to be stealing from artists. Yes. And that's your homie. You're defending her and she out here stealing. No, you can't defend it.
And I don't like that in my life.
And lastly,
Right.
this is the last thing I'm gonna do. Jason Lee, he said, he posted this. He said, Karen Civil needs to be in jail.
Jesus Christ.
And yes, with the confession, we will be seeking all legal and prosecute available under every law.
I mean, hey.
He probably will get punitive damages because, again, it affected the money. You affected somebody's money by doing something you shouldn't have did. That ain't the way you go about business. But she admitted it. I don't know why. You don't admit those things. Certain things you don't admit to.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion on any of this. Everybody got the story. Everybody got a story. You know, Joyner got his story. Karen got her story. Jesse Wu got her story. Jason Lee got their story. I mean, I guess it's good conversations are happening. I don't know.
Yeah, and it goes further. It goes into the Nipsey camp. It goes so deep so far, but
I am sending everybody healing energy.
Yeah,
Where's
me
my
too.
Palo Santo?
Yeah, give me a Palo
My
Santo.
Palo
too.
Santo at, Nick. Where is it?
Give me a Palo Santo. What else? What else you got over there, man?
I don't know. But I'm about to light something.
Light something.
I say I ain't got no sage in here to smudge the building.
Light something. Sage.
Christ.
I believe that's it from what they really going to speak to. But yeah, you. Dang, Karen, that's bad that you have that many people who can look at you and say you've been shiesty. You've been out here stealing. That ain't cool, man. People out here trying to chase their dreams, and you're one of those people who in the background when people don't know. You're the reason why they not getting on. They not doing what they want. I'm not saying that you're totally holding it back from getting on, because you, again, like you said, everybody's role is gonna be different. But when you're not showing me, you're not even working, you stealing. Don't be stealing my money. Like, nah, that ain't cool. It's never gonna be cool, bruh. Never gonna be cool. But on another story, this one's a little more positive. Maybe I should have saved this for the end, but we here now. So, the Fugees are reuniting and they're going on tour. They're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the score. That's huge. They have not performed together in a really long time. A really long time. Let's get into this. Lauryn Hill, Wyclef, and Pras of the hip-hop group The Fugees have reunited to announce their first tour in 25 years. First tour in 25 years and first show that they done together in 15. They're going to celebrate their blockbuster 1996 The Score album. The group announced Tuesday morning. The 12-city tour launches Wednesday, September the 22nd, with a show in New York at an undisclosed location. That is dope. Down in the comments, if you like the Fugees, if you ever heard the score, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know your favorite song off that album. That was a really huge album, and Ready or Not just rings off. Like, so Lauryn Hill has a beautiful voice. One of the best voices to me that we could experience is you feel everything she says when she says it, in my opinion. That's what Lauryn gives to me. I appreciate her voice. I appreciate her music. Wyclef, he's huge. Pras, he's been doing things bigger than music. It's amazing to see that they're going to go on their first tour in 25 years. The breakup kind of got nasty. Definitely got nasty. Hopefully Lauryn Hill, you know, she's on time. That is one thing that she likes being late. She does like being late. But when she's working, she's working. And may have to see where these other shows going to take place, because we may have to go pull up on one of these right here. Okay, looks like they hate in New York, Chicago, Oakland, L.A., Atlanta, Miami, Newark. Y'all see that? November 28th, they're coming to D.C., Capital One Arena. And you have to go pull up to that. They're going to go do a show out in France, out in the UK, one in Nigeria, and one in Ghana. That's dope, man. Shout out to the Fugees. Congratulations. 25-year anniversary of your biggest album. An album nobody thought was going to work the way it worked until it came out. And it was one of those rare albums that it grew after the release. Like the way it grew. not the way music usually works is the first opening weeks are your biggest weeks. You don't expect the album to continuously climb, but that's what they did. It was amazing. So again, shout out to the Fugees. Congratulations. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. This story right here, one of those stories that sucks. And it just seemed like things that continuously happens. But this time there's been another rapper. Rapper Spotemgottem has been shot. He was shot 5 times, I believe. He survived. He's still in the hospital if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like I said, he's expected to bounce back. I think they shot into his car over 20 times. And he said he was at the studio, I believe like one of the more famous and well-known studios down in Miami. And they posted up his location with the studio people. And then he took a picture at the studio. So his location was up there. People knew he was there. And they waited for him to leave. I have something queued up here we're going to get into.
Hey, what up guys? We're back at it again with another wild video for you today. Spotemgottem is one of the top rising artists, whose most popular track, Beatbox 2, inspired a viral TikTok trend. News broke early on September 17th that Spotemgottem had been hospitalized after being shot in a drive-by shooting. In today's video, we finna be talking about the few details that we know surrounding the incident so far. Before we start, if you're a fan of the channel, you already know what it is. Before we start the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you would like to join this month's giveaway of one of these items on the screen, then all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, and without any more hesitation, let's get into it. Born on October 19, 2001, as Nehemiah Lamar Harden, Spotemgottem was raised in Jacksonville, Florida. Not much is known about his family life other than the fact that he spent a lot of time with his uncles, who were actually a major influence in his rap career. You see, Spotem's uncle used to have a studio set up in a garage, and they would often spit and record in there. And Spotem was around to watch and listen to his uncles practice the craft that he would soon start to master. As soon as he grew a bit older, but still a kid, he began to run in the streets with kids that he grew up with, which ended up with him catching his first charge at the age of 15. That's right, at only 15 years old. Spotemgottem was charged with grand theft auto along with carrying a concealed weapon. He was caught while allegedly attempting to case the neighborhood for places to possibly rob. Police say that they managed to apprehend Spotem, who was just known as Nehemiah at the time, as well as one of his associates while they were walking along the side of the road. They were unable to find the third suspect, who they believe drove off in a vehicle that the group had stolen while they were attempting to case the area. They caught the two walking along the road and apprehended them. The official police report is that the suspect who drove off was supposed to pick up Spotem and his associate after the car had broken down. Something spooked him though, and he just drove off. Fast forward to 2018, Spotemgottem officially turned his attention towards music and begins to drop videos on YouTube. His first drop was a single that he titled Street Gossip, and it was a hit. As of right now, it's still sitting at over 1.5 million streams on YouTube and is what put Spotem on the map. It wasn't gaining major traction immediately, but it definitely put some eyes on him, and he worked with it. Spotem had a slow but steady rise after releasing his first single. He then continued to drop tracks with music videos and various mixtapes to promote his name. This seemed to work well for him too, because it wasn't long before he started gaining a massive fan base. He even created an Instagram that he seemed to dedicate to just posting himself and his crew holding stacks on cash. One of the best decisions that Spotem made was when he decided to drop his track Beatbox, which hit in April of 2020. This was not only one of his best tracks, but it paved the way for his #1 hit as of now, which of course is Beatbox 2, featuring Pooh Shiesty. Not only was this track a banger that landed on the Billboard Hot 100, but it also inspired a trending TikTok dance. The dance was created by an influencer known as Junebug, which has led to the dance being aptly named the Junebug. The track slapping plus the viral dance trend kept the song on the top of the charts. He didn't stop there though. Spotemgottem dropped his album Most Wanted earlier this year, which featured artists like DaBaby. And what track was DaBaby featured on? That's right, Beatbox 3. And the song plus the music video that was released alongside it are finna be as viral as Beatbox.
Man, that sound like the label definitely trying to maximize beatbox. That's a trick for people who don't know. You could continue on with the same song and running up numbers on one of the same songs. It was something that NLE Chopper did with Shotta Flow. So many versions of Shotta Flow, but they all go under one tag for Shotta Flow.
That's almost guaranteed. Things aren't going perfectly for Spotemgottem though. According to other rappers in Florida, Spotem is not the person he says he is. And a lot of other Jacksonville rappers have begun to claim that Spotem is a snitch, and with some of them, including Spinner Benz, posting paperwork to social media as proof that Spotem snitched to the police. Now this is crazy, especially when you take a look at what the paperwork says. If it's accurate, then it doesn't look good for Spotemgottem's reputation. The post claimed that Spotem was chilling with another rapper that goes by Y.R.Mookie, and the two ended up being raided and searched by the police. During the process, both of the artists were read their Miranda rights and were then left with two options: keep your mouth shut or start talking. Y.R.Mookie did what most people would assume they would do, and he shut up right on the spot. He wasn't talking to anyone. The same can't be said about Spotem, especially if the paperwork is accurate and not just smoke. Allegedly, Spotem was read his rights and then began to talk to one of the officers, and during the conversation, he basically gave up Mookie to the police. Spotem apparently claimed that he was woken up to the police shining his lights through his window, and he noticed Mookie was pacing back and forth, obviously concerned with the police outside. After the police came in and began to question the two men, they searched the place. After placing the two under arrest, they began to ask Spotem about the toilet on account of it not flushing, and they seemed to have found something stashed in the tank. They asked him if he had used the bathroom since being at the residence that night. He said yeah, but let him know the toilet flushed fine. He didn't stop there though. He also allegedly claimed that Mookie was the last one to go into the bathroom, and that was after he noticed the police outside.
Hey, if this is true, that boy wild. That boy wild. He's definitely wild, man. Don't have him in the trap with you.
And if that's true, that means he 100% snitched on his supposed friend. Though Spotem claimed that the allegations were false and he wasn't a snitch, he was still getting clowned by a lot of other rappers from his area. Sadly, this wasn't the only bad thing to happen to Spotemgottem. He was recently involved in a shooting that left him hospitalized. News broke earlier today that Spotemgottem was hit in a drive-by shooting that occurred shortly after he had left the studio. The internet and fans went crazy wondering what exactly happened to Spotem and if he finna be okay. The details in the case are scarce, as it just happened in the early hours of the morning on September 17, 2021. Spotemgottem had apparently been at the studio getting some work done before the incident occurred, according to his most recent Instagram story, which claimed that his new mixtape was in the works. It's likely that he was working on that so he could deliver his promise to his fans. But either way, no matter what he was recording, he was clearly at the studio to put in work, right? There hasn't been direct contact with Spotem, but according to what his lawyers have been saying, as well as what his manager, DJTheParkBoy, we can sort of put bits of the story together. So what it seems like happened was Spotemgottem finished his time in the booth and decided it was time to call it a night. It was around 3 in the morning when he decided to leave the studio and opt into the passenger side of his car. As of right now, there's no word on a possible driver. But shortly after getting into the car, the sound of gunshots began to ring through the air. Someone had pulled up on Spotem and began to unload. According to Fatboy,
that sounded like they were out there just waiting on him. If as soon as you get in the car, they pull up and start shooting, they were already out there waiting. Like I said, they said there was a picture posted up on Instagram, so they knew where he was.
the car that Spotem was in got shot at over 22 times, all on the driver's side, which was probably a good thing for Spotem, because remember, he hopped in the passenger's seat. That didn't necessarily mean he was safe though. According to Fatboy, Spotemgottem was hit by multiple bullets in both legs and had to be taken to a Florida hospital. The original reports were saying that Spotemgottem was placed under critical condition, though as of the time of making the video, TMZ is reporting that Fatboy claims Spotem is currently in stable condition and expected to make a full recovery, which has many fans happy. As of right now, police haven't had any luck in finding the other vehicle that was involved in the shooting, though they claim to be looking thoroughly. There has also been no direct word from Spotem, but I'm sure once he's able to, he'll give the world an update on his condition. Every rapper nowadays has ops, so there's no telling who took a shot at Spotem. Fans are justifiably worried about Spotemgottem, but according to TMZ, he finna make a full recovery, which is great news. Now we just have to wait and see what really happens and what Spotem has to say about the situation. But what you guys think? Will police be able to find the people involved, or is it a lost cause? Be sure to let us.
Yeah, man. Prayers up for him. I don't know about the snitching thing, but yeah. And I don't want to say that being a rapper is a dangerous job. I believe people make certain things more dangerous than it has to be, and if you are beefing with people, of course it's gonna be more dangerous. You can't rap about street shit and have beefs and move not accordingly. You can't do it. It's a recipe for disaster every single time, as we see. So, back to the streets, or is it back to the altar? Because I'm trying to figure out which one is it going to be for Brittany Renner each time she gets somebody new. But she recently responded to people and her stepdaddy season thing, which she said she could be a hoe and a housewife at the same time. I don't understand, but this is what she's telling me. It's 2021. Modern women are telling us you could be a hoe and a housewife at the same time. I don't understand it, but I guess it's not for me to understand. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this clip so we can get into it, so we can see about being a hoe and a housewife at the same time.
You can't turn a to a housewife. Good. Because I'm both. You don't have to choose. I thought you wanted me to be a No? Oh, that's no fun. I'm gonna start calling people's opinions of me fan theories, because that's truly what they are. They are based in nothing but falsehood, projections, and judgment. Not too much creativity put into that. Now, I don't do apologies because I'm so not sorry. To regret anything I've done is to regret the awareness that I've gained. I don't like the sound of that. If it taught me something, it made me better. So why do I have to pacify a man to make you feel better? Because the difference between me and you is that I have more courage in my big toe than you do in your whole entire body. And anything that I say, just telling the truth, anything I say that scares someone off, I'm glad. Because that's one less coward to waste my time.
So that's a little out there, in my opinion. You're beautiful, Brittany Renner. Yes, you are. You look like it might be fun. But, as what we learned with Corinne Steffens, when you know it's a fire, you can't put your hand on the stove. You know it's hot. You're going to burn yourself. I'm saying you're going to burn somebody, but the being a hoe and a housewife thing at the same time is, no. I would like my wife to participate in being freaky. Of course, the girl that you're dating, your wife, somebody you really care about, you want the opposite sex to bring the freak to the party, to the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? But when you're out here giving it to every single person openly, to which everybody's in your business, in our business, I don't know if I could do that. And I don't know if it makes me a coward, because I wouldn't want to openly date somebody who wants to classify themselves as an open hoe. That just means I'm smarter in my decision maker. If you're going to be a hoe and you want to be openly say you're a hoe and things like that, then I gotta deal with that in our relationship. I don't know if I want to deal with you in that manner. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me, but to say somebody be a coward because they don't want to deal with you being a hoe, that's a little out there for me. But go ahead.
Bye. I stand on everything I said. I stand on everything I did. And if it doesn't work for you, then you don't work for me. Because I don't gonna lie. Who are you? You only lie when you're afraid. Who are you?
I mean, that is kind of cool because, you know, there's a good amount of people who would just lie about what they've done, their past, and she's putting it all out there, even got a book about it.
What's crazy is there's a lot of y'all in relationships that are miserable. And the only reason you're still in a relationship is because you tolerated being cheated on and mistreated. Let's get into it. A lot of you don't have the courage to leave something that's comfortable, something that looks good, because the unknown terrifies you. I was there once, so it's no judgment. The right people will gravitate towards you. And it's just better to own your truth and see who's meant to be around.
She is right. It's better to own your truth and be who you are. I mean, I'm just saying. Just because you do own your truth doesn't mean somebody has to like you for who you are. It's good to live in your truth, but people aren't required to love you for what your truths are. Somebody could be a pedophile or something like that, and just because they would live in a truth doesn't mean we gotta respect them. That's your life, and it's a decision you made. And if you decide to live in that truth and openly tell somebody that, you deal with the consequences of whatever you did to make public, and that's with anything, any opinions, any of that. You put it out into the public sphere, everybody has right to judge and critique it, and have opinions and look at you in different ways depending on what you said or how you move or how you act. You even said it. You acknowledged it. So, I'm going to keep it going.
Because, sweetie, this ship is sailing. So if you want to jump overboard, if you want to steer clear, please leave me the alone. I do not have time to waste. And I'm not like these other that will just accept your crumbs. I need the whole loaf. And if that makes me the wicked witch of the ground, then I'll be that. Start a documentary. Call it Surviving Brittany Renner. I want to fund it. I need a good laugh.
She a little burnt out on that one. She told him go ahead and start up that docu and survive on her. First victim, PJ. You're up now. Second victim, Colin Kaepernick. Because she definitely tried to capitalize on him. I believe that's the first time I ever heard of Brittany Renner right there. Like I said, she's going to, be out there trying to get people because she definitely puts up the thirst traps for them. And for some reason, even when they know it's bad, people still line up for turns for the bad. It's amazing to see. People know what they're getting into, and they'll still wait for the ride. So Wack 100 came out, and he said that he has a sex tape of Kim K, Ray J, Part 2. For the people who know me, they know I'm in a Ray J fan club. And you're going to respect Ray J around me. Because name something he can't do. He hit it first. He got scooty bikes. He got headphones. He's a TV producer. Hit records. Name something that boy don't do. Reality TV. My man dated Whitney Houston. Put some respect on Ray J name. And apparently he has part 2 to the sex tape that Wack 100 said way wilder than the first one. That's right. Of course I would see it. I will watch it. I'm going to watch it. Don't look at me. Don't judge me. If it's out there, I'm going to watch it. Don't judge me. But man, we're going to get into this video because, I mean, it did set off some controversial things to him having this. But let's see what he got to say.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and Ray J really
and a boss
is he's a great guy. So, I think we would probably gift that to him. You know what I'm saying? If ever that day was to come, we was to set out, we would gift that to him. He got children by that one.
You've seen the part 2?
I mean, we've been in our life 10, 11, 12 years.
So you've seen the unreleased Kim?
Of course. What do you mean?
Wow. And it was better than the first one?
Longer, all that.
Wow. Hey, well, listen, Kanye, tap in with Wack 100.
Yeah, we'll gift that to him. That's for him. You know what I mean? We can't put that out there in the world like that. Be disrespectful.
I want to know how Kanye, I think Kanye will watch it too. I think he will want to, but then again, do you want to see how she used to act? Because what if she doing some freaky shit she won't do for you that she did for Ray J? I think that ends the ever trying to get back together train. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, maybe not. But it'll be interesting to, see Kanye's reaction if he was to get it in and watching and what he'd do with it.
All I know is
you didn't see the sex tape?
All I know is this. Kanye, holla at me, bro. We got part 2 on the laptop. Ain't never been seen. We'd love for you to have it. It'd be a great personal private NFT. You know
Wait. So there's another Ray J Kim K sex tape? That we haven't seen.
Yeah, that was more graphic and better than the first one.
Is it ever going to see the light of day?
I mean, me personally, I would never give it to anybody but Kanye. Because he's got kids, it's a mother, his children.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a little respectful that you'll say you'll only give it to Kanye. But, I mean, it's even more respectful if the world doesn't know that there's a part 2 to the sex tape because somebody like me gonna be curious. How could I not be? I saw part 1. You saying it's better? We'll see if she breaking out the tricks.
It's a lot of people that didn't try to reach for that.
For a price tag, obviously, Kanye could buy it from you, or would you just give it to him and say,
you know what? I probably would, because it's Kanye, I probably would give it to Kanye, because it's Kanye.
Is Ray J in the same mind state as you? Because
that's my little brother.
We might wake up one day and Ray J's like, fuck it.
Nah, because
OnlyFans.com/Ray.
Ray J's in a different place in his life. I doubt he'll wake up one day and be like, fuck it, I'm dropping this thing. Because it would have been came out. Especially back in, when he beefing with Fabulous days. He made the Breakfast Club. Put some respect on my boy name. Ray J made the Breakfast Club. GOAT.
Remember, Ray J's a father now, too.
He is.
Ray J Appreciation Day. We're going to have that one day. Because that boy does a lot. He's done a lot. He's accomplished a lot. Put some respect on his name. Please do it. So, Sha'Carri's back. And this time she's speaking to Usain Bolt, who came out and said maybe she should train a little more, talk a little less, and then everything won't be the way it is. And for those of you who don't know, who's been living under a rock, Usain Bolt is the most accomplished male runner I've ever seen. He smoked people. He has world records. He's in rarefied air when it comes to track and field and just Olympic athletes been known. He's in rarefied air. He's a known individual. He told her she should practice more and talk less, and it looks like she took offense to it. That's definitely not helping her case when it comes to how people's going to view her. But we're going to get into the bullshit. Here we go.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. You know, Black America is a very interesting place. And as much as I love it, I'm sort of glad that I'm away from it. I love African Americans to the core. They're my people. So, and I'm one of you guys. But to be honest, we have a problem with people who are hard-headed and that you can't tell them a goddamn thing. Okay? Even if you're trying to help them. Now, Sha'Carri Richardson is an example of that. And I want to talk about it in the black community, where we live amongst, many times, African Americans community is the largest, but there are people that are very close to us. We have Jamaican Americans that associate with us from time to time. A lot of times, especially in the East Coast, Trinidadian Americans. You have our Nigerian Americans, and then other Africans from, maybe Uganda or Kenya that come into America. And many of them, believe it or not, in my opinion, they care about what's going on with our issues because it directly can affect them too. And sometimes people that are outside of our community want to help us, and when they try to help us, we don't receive it very well.
I'm gonna cut it off right here just to interject real fast. That I know people like this. At some point in time with certain things, you have to realize it's not who a messenger is, it's the message. The message is the most important thing. It's not who's delivering it. It could be your worst enemy. But if they have a message that you need at that time, you want to actually improve you and yourself, to sit back and take it. And he's right. A lot of people aren't good at receiving critiques. They don't like criticism. Sometimes I don't like criticism. It's life. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect at all. But you learn to grow from things. You can't you can't have people around you who's going to excuse you when you do things you shouldn't do. Do not put yourself in a hole. Don't fumble the bag. Don't do those things, especially when you're in a position to change people's lives. You don't mess it up. Don't. It's hard. I know it gets hard, but don't mess it up. You made one mistake with smoking weed, and you got second chances from it. But then you go on and you lose. You lose again. And then you still tell Usain Bolt, you throw shade at him when he gives you a message. So let's get back into this video.
Sha'Carri Richardson is the person who doesn't receive it very well from any goddamn body. Okay? She doesn't receive criticism very well from her own people. Okay? And then Usain Bolt, who is a legend. I think the guy lost maybe 2 races all time. His last race he ever run, he lost that one. He still almost won it. But, Usain Bolt was very graceful in what he tried to tell Sha'Carri Richardson, especially with some of the issues that Sha'Carri had towards the Jamaican female track runners. Okay? What did Usain Bolt tell her? He said, listen, Sha'Carri Richardson talks a lot of shit, but she just can't back it up. It is better that she focuses on winning and training hard, let her results speak for herself, other than what's aforementioned. Her running her mouth and then coming in the last place. Okay? It doesn't make sense to keep running your mouth when you're not losing, when you're not winning. Okay? But then Sha'Carri Richardson, who just can't take any form of advice, she screenshotted a commenter's name, or comment, right? And the commenter says this: Date music, everybody want to give advice in the media, but none of them actually take time to speak to her outside the media. So I feel her. Stop speaking on me when you don't even speak to me. And Sha'Carri Richardson says, good humbling morning to y'all. I could not have said it better myself.
I kind of get where she comes from saying that, but also you're not holding back what you have to say. You're not saving up for the private. You're not having private conversations saying you're the best or telling people do they miss you. You're doing it in the public. When you do things in the public, you have to be ready for public responses and ridicule. This is not fairy tale land. Not everybody's going to agree with what you say. Not everybody agrees with what I say. Like, I mean, I get in debates all the time about my opinions and things like that. Be nice if more people saw things I see the way I see things, but everybody has different eyes. That's why this is the L.I.M.E show. Life in my eyes. It's going to be viewed different than the way you view things. So would it be nice? I mean, yeah, of course it'd be nice if somebody called you and told you personally, but personally, I don't know you as well. In the interview, it looked like he was giving somebody asked a question, he gave an answer. I'm not going to come from my interview and go find you. It's not my job. It's not.
This is an attitude that is very constitutive in Black America. And if you really want to know why I don't deal with certain people in the African American community, this is why. This mindset runs rampant in our community. And to be honest, it's not so much of the men. The men understand that there are consequences for your actions. Men, you have an easier time getting through to. Men understand it better. There are some brothers you can't work with, but men.
Sorry to say it. In America, that just seems to be like something we've ran into in these last couple years. Lack of accountability for actions. And then I hate when I see somebody do something, get ridiculed, and then they run to social media to go cry about what they're doing or the way people are responding to what they're doing. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But we've seen a lot of women celebrities go ahead and pull that card. The Lizzo card. I ain't gonna call it the Lizzo card, but it's the Lizzo card. You get mad because people ridiculing you and you just go in there and cry, and then I guess we're not supposed to talk about what you did anymore because now your feelings are hurt. That's not the way life works. I'm sorry.
Understand that you need discipline, that you need to follow rules, you need to put in the work to get results. Men understand that a little bit better, in my opinion. But a lot of times, women are giving an out to do whatever they want, regardless of the circumstance. This is the same problem we have with single moms in the Black community. You tell them about, hey, it's preferable that you have kids in a marriage situation. Oh, you can't tell me what to do. I can do bad all by myself. Then when the kids come home, usually with the lowest test scores, the kids are more liable to get into crime, criminality activity.
He's saying facts. 2-parent households are huge when it comes to the differences between 2-parent households and single-parent households. It's not even close. It's not.
To be underperformed, to be undereducated, okay? To be more of a threat to society. I'm not saying all, but they're more likely to be. But then when you say that, then it's a problem.
Whew, if that's not facts. I remember I argued with 2 single mothers almost about this fact. Like I said, you could be a good parent, but you didn't make the best decision by having your children when you did. And instead of acknowledging that statement, they told me, well, I'm a good parent anyway, it don't matter. I'm like, cool. And I've seen how it's played out. And all I can say is, cool. I see I've been right, and other people been wrong. But, go ahead.
We all know that single moms are typically more poor, and their children have less opportunities. We all know that. But then when you say that, what's the attitude you get? Stop speaking on us. Stop speaking on what we do. Stop doing this. And then your kids that come up under that mindset has the same attitude, which leads me to believe, even though Sha'Carri Richardson wasn't raised by her mom, whoever raised her gave her this sense of unaccountability. And you see this in Black neighborhoods today. Look at Chicago, the Sha'Carri Richardson mindset. Look at what you're seeing now in Duval, in Jacksonville. Jacksonville was never known to be so bad. It's always been rough. But now look, Jacksonville has turned into a goddamn mini Chicago with this rap scene. Okay? Look at certain parts of Memphis, Detroit, Jackson, Mississippi. all of these hubs where you have Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where it's dangerous for people to walk around at nighttime. You have these people that you can't tell them anything. Okay? No matter how underperforming they are. But what's even worse is you have people who give them a reason to be losers in some points. What Sha'Carri Richardson is. She's a loser. She's a 9th place loser. You know how I know? Because you're only good as your last game, right? The last time she got out on the track, she was in the 9th place. She was
technically last time she got out there, she was in 4th place. That's a big difference from 9th place. There's a huge difference from 9th to 4th. And it ain't 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, but it's a difference.
Loser. And you're giving her reasons to be that instead of giving her reasons to be successful. We gotta start giving our people in our black community reasons to not be in last place. And for those who can't accept it, what does the Bible say? The dust hit your feet. And if I was anybody close to Sha'Carri Richardson and that was her attitude, I would leave her alone. Because I want to tell you, brothers and sisters, something right now. A lot of people in our society are going to fail. And you can't help everybody. Success is not meant for everybody. Some people need it. Some people are going to lose. Some are going to fail. And it's going to be all their fault. And you know who don't feel sorry for them? Me. Okay? I'm going to tell you something.
What he's saying is kind of what I was getting in my opening monologue. Not everybody grasps what they need to grasp. And even when it's right in front of them, they still find a way to mess it up. For Sha'Carri, man, I hope she can figure it out. Because one of my friends, they a huge Sha'Carri Richardson fan. They've been rocking with her for a longer time. I mean, I don't follow track and field, but he follows track and field. So, I mean, again, I want to see black people win in every situation. It's impossible. It's impossible for all of us to win in every situation. But I want us to win in every situation. I just don't think you should be dissing Usain Bolt when it comes to, trying to throw shade at his comments. He's right, You're not winning. Sometimes you got to be quiet, humble yourself, and win. People generally like the more humble people, You put in the work, you get things done because everybody has to work. What they work at will be different. The outcomes of the work will be different. But if you keep your head down and you work, you get appreciated for things like that. At least from some people. I mean, I like cocky people too. I love cocky people. But if you're going to be cocky, you got to win. You have to be Floyd, undefeated. You have to be Jordan. You have to be one of those guys in rare fight A. You can talk as much shit as you want. And there's nothing I can say because you beat them. You conquered. You dominated. Usain Bolt came out and decided to talk shit. He's well justified in his right to do it because he's done things nobody else has done. Man, it seems like it's been a long time getting back and doing this again, man. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Make sure you go like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. You can go listen to the podcast anywhere you find podcasts. Make sure you go check out more videos and different content on the Next Up Network. Go check out other videos from the L.I.M.E series. It's your boy DJ the Park Boy, and I'm out.